origin Kash Patel as the ninth director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Kash Patel was confirmed to be the director of the FBI following a close vote in the US Senate, with 51 votes in his favor and 49 votes against him. After his nomination, Kash Patel had vowed that he would lead the FBI to investigate the US President Donald Trump's political enemies. After his confirmation, Patel, a staunch Trump loyalist, has said that he would rebuild the agency onto the one that is transparent, accountable and committed to justice. Let's also take a deep dive and delve into who exactly is Kash Patel and the Indians that have constituted the club of the Trump 2.0 cabinet government. And let's now look at exactly who is Kash Patel and his early life and the education that in fact is being put in the focus. Kash Patel is an Indian origin, in fact, of the ninth director of the FBI. He is in fact a child of Kash Patel and was born in New York in the Queens. He has earlier worked as the education, if we talk about. He was born to the Gujarati parents who immigrated to the United States from the Eastern Africa. And later on, his early education and the time after he was born was undertaken in the United States. He holds a bachelor's degree in accounting from the university in Richmond. That is what in fact he has pursued his education and his qualification background pertains to. He graduated thereafter and then his early career innings began from the year 2007, and from the 7 years that he has worked upon, he was assistant to the US Attorney and the Southern District of Florida. These are the two roles that he managed to in fact fulfill during the 7-year time. Then from 14 to 15, senior counsel. In fact, 1 year he has worked as senior counsel in the House of Permanent Select Committee on the Intelligence. As a senior counsel is what he has worked in. Then later on, for the next 2 years, he has worked as a Deputy Assistant Secretary of the Defense for the Counter Narcotics in Pentagon. Until 2017, in fact, he has had enough experience of working with the government side of defense and intelligence, and thereafter he was promoted to the senior counsel in the House of Intelligence Committee as per the experience that he has garnered. In 2019, he was the Principal Deputy Assistant and Secretary of Defense for Special Operations and Low Intensity Conflict. Later on, recently he was acting Secretary of the Defense Chief of Staff. He was at a very prominent position. He was holding a very responsible role. From the year 2020 to 2021, he was the Chief of Staff, Office of the Director of the National Intelligence. He was serving as the portfolio on the subjects like intelligence, and then he ascended quickly through the ranks after joining the Trump administration in the year 2019. From thereafter, he executed the eliminating ISIS and the Al-Qaeda leadership like al-Baghdadi and Qasim al-Rimi is what in fact his major key highlights and the key roles that he has done after joining Trump administration looks like. Trump reportedly planned to push Patel as the deputy director, but since 2021, Patel was involved in Trump's post-presidency endeavors. Remember viewers, in fact, now he joined the board of the directors for the Trump Media and Technology Group, and later on, after in fact equation with Trump looked like that Trump Media and Technology Group owns the Truth social media platform. This is what has been owned by, and this came after Kash Patel joined the Trump. Now, who is Kash Patel exactly? Let's take a deep dive into the loyalist of the Donald Trump. He has served in Trump's National Security Council in the year 2019 and Chief of Staff to Acting Defense Secretary later on. Kash Patel helped draft a classified memo alleging the FBI abused its surveillance laws against the Trump campaign advisors. And this is also something that he has very categorically mentioned, that he is going to be against those who have potentially been acting as Trump enemies. Patel has been a fierce critic of the Justice Department and the FBI, promising sweeping reforms across the board, from in fact to the junior to the hierarchy, the senior most level. He has said that he is going to bring up slew of changes. Patel authored a book called Government Gangsters, which Trump says will be used as a roadmap to clean the deep state. He's also very famous for the deep state theory, and also has authored pro-Trump children's book such as The Plot Against the King and Allegorically Defending Trump. These are the two books that he has also authored. Now, let's also take a look apart from Kash Patel, who else are there in the Trump's government. Now, he's of course the FBI director, American lawyer, and also advocating the deep state theory is what he's been famously known for. He held the key roles in the Trump's first term. Apart from Kash Patel, who's now been instated as the FBI director, there are others in the part of the Trump administration that are the Indians in the Trump team. Vivek Ramaswamy, he is the Department of Government Efficiency head, founder of Rawent Sciences, and he ran the 2024 GOP presidential nomination. But then he dropped out later. He's also an American biotech entrepreneur. Vivek Ramaswamy is another Indian, and Harmeet Dhillon is in fact another Indian in the role of the Department of Justice. She's an advocate, made headlines in July performing ardas at the GOP convention, having made history in the year 2016 as the first Indian American to speak at the event. Now also a key face in the Trump's team. Apart from that, in fact, we have Jay Bhattacharya. His role in the National Institute of Health has been highly, in fact, widely recognized. A Stanford professor and a healthcare economist professional advocating the expertise, was appointed by the President-elect Trump to lead the National Institute of Health, the NIH. Apart from that, Mr. Bhattacharya, we have Usha Vance, of course, the first South Asian American, the second lady, wife of J.D. Vance, an American lawyer, wife of Vice President-elect J.D. Vance. So she will become the first Indian American and a Hindu American second lady on January 20th.